Hello, welcome. My name is Patrick Heyn. I'm the Vice President of Marketing for Q-SYS, and I have the honored esteem to have with me James Tian, CEO from Ikan, one of our latest partners in the Q-SYS ecosystem. Thank you for coming.
I'm so happy to be here, Patrick. Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about your brand, tell us about the portfolio, and then we'll get to the cool plugin that we've developed together.
We are based in Houston, Texas. We manufacture professional broadcast equipment, mostly in the in-studio application, which means lighting, teleprompters, and tripod pedestal systems.
Tell us a little bit about the plugin we developed, because I actually think it's pretty exciting, again, because we built a studio using your gear, and if I could turn back the clock, I would very much build it with your new PoE devices.
Thank you, Patrick. Our PoE lights, so we're the first and only manufacturer of power over Ethernet professional broadcast lighting.
Yep.
And there's several benefits to using power over Ethernet. The biggest is that it is permit free. Because of RJ45 and CAT cables, you don't need a permit to install these lights in the ceiling. In a traditional lighting application, you would have to install AC outlets. And depending on your building, if it's older, if potentially has asbestos, if it's a heritage site, or even if it's just a building with a very stringent municipal, getting a permit could take weeks, if not months, as well as several thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, I think the other part of like that PoE solution too is like you said, it creates a more accessible outlet into like the IT admin that seems to be kind of inheriting AV, and it very much says, oh, that's an Ethernet port. I know where to put that. And again, like that Ethernet port also comes with obvious advantages when you use Q-SYS, because when we plug something into that Ethernet, we expect not only that power to come out, but control and the data as well. And that's why we like these lights, is because we plug them right in and we control them with Q-SYS, right?
Yes, well said. The Q-SYS automation is truly a game changer. Over the past several years, we're seeing and talking to more and more corporations that want to bring broadcast fidelity production in-house, right? To do content for marketing, to do internal training, for the CEOs to deliver town hall meetings, for them to be interviewed by CNBC, Bloomberg, for the sales team to give just these very high quality, high fidelity sales presentations. But the problem is that traditional broadcast equipment is very difficult and challenging to work with.
Totally.
And generally, you would need a resident in-house broadcast operator, broadcast engineer to operate all this equipment.
And a DMX board and all of that stuff. And that's why I liked the solution, because when we built our solution many years ago with Ikan, we made sure that they were all DMX enabled. But now, why would you do that if you can just control everything with one cable and one system? And that's kind of what the value of the Q-SYS platform is. And I think what you described was pretty poignant too, because if you're putting these in all hand spaces, that these spaces oftentimes need to be converted from one thing to another at a moment's notice, and sometimes probably 2-3 times a day. And a solution that's connected to a control engine like Q-SYS and a light that can accept a control trigger, so easy. It's like a game changer for us and our rooms, because again, like we run 3 or 4 different scenarios in a given shoot, and it's one button and we can change everything.
Oh, I absolutely agree. I mean, one of the biggest barriers to corporations wanting to adopt broadcast technology is not having that resident broadcast engineer, and they're expensive and it's an additional payroll. Corporations want their existing AV, their office managers to be able to run the system, and they're familiar with Q-SYS. So once we tie that into Q-SYS, it was like, okay, well, there's no resistance. We'll manage that system because it's seamless. We know that from Q-SYS.
Anything else that we want to share before we go?
Well, so with Ikan, we are all in on the future of broadcast over IP.
Yeah.
The convergence of broadcast into the AV world through the common IP protocols like Q-SYS.
Yep.
And so beyond lighting, we are developing, NDI, PoE teleprompters that can be controlled by Q-SYS. As well as motorized pedestal systems that can also be controlled by Q-SYS, and that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Thank you so much for joining us, James. I appreciate it.
Patrick, absolutely. It's a pleasure.
Cheers.
Cheers.